There's a turning point in every career transition. When a person moves from a place of fear, whether they're rational or irrational fear, usually a fear of negative consequences, whatever I do, the worst is going to happen, to a place that's more positive and more hopeful, where they can see some light at the end of the tunnel. Let me illustrate. I love this story. It's about a client I have, a professional woman who was working in a large institution, and it was a very toxic workplace. It was a place where she suffered a lot of verbal abuse from her boss and from her co-workers. And this was a woman that had some confidence and strong communication skills. So it truly was a very toxic workplace for her. And she'd been suffering in that environment for a number of years and clearly had a strong desire to get out of it and move into a better job fit, one that recognized and rewarded her for her strengths and her motivations. Now, what happens at this turning point, I've seen this happen dozens of times. Two things happen. First of all, as my client is out talking to people, telling them what she's looking for, being very specific, she gets positive contact from people. In this case, she contacted a CEO of a company, completely different industry, and said to this person, here's what I'm looking for, I'd like to talk to you, I need some advice. And the man said to her, I can give you about a half an hour of my time, but the only time I can do that is this weekend. On a Saturday, I'm taking the plane. Can you drive me to the airport? And she did exactly that. She drove him to the airport, she told her story, he gave her some advice, and in fact, offered her a job right on the spot. We talked about that job offer the following week and decided that she should take it. She went to resign her current position at the large institution, and her boss looked at her and said, I can't let you go, and offered her a promotion and a salary increase. This is the big temptation. When you're on the cusp of making a real change in your life, it's almost like the universe will tempt you one last time. And do you really mean it? Do you really want this? She has to admit that she was tempted. She considered staying in that toxic workplace. But I'm glad to say, her better sense, her better judgment took over, and she accepted the new position. And I can tell you today, 6 months later, that she has now got a new job offer with her new employer, and she has doubled the salary she had only 6 months ago in that toxic workplace because she took a risk with courage and with hope.